what is going on? Hope you're well. It is currently 10 to 9 in the morning. I've just come from a gym sesh and I did legs and cardio. It's awesome. I had a good morning. Woke up a little bit before 6 and it was good. Went to the gym, feel good. Now you're coming with me. I'm going to Macca's. I'm going to get a coffee. Hopefully their piccolo lattes are all right today. And I'll probably pick up I don't know, I'm feeling like a sausage and egg McMuffin. I haven't had one in a very long time. I don't usually go to Macca's in the morning, but I thought, fucking why not? Why not? And I thought I'd bring you guys along for the journey, but also it'd be a good opportunity to talk about the title of this video, which is all about social media and how it's actively killing your brain. Right now, before I go into this, it's funny because yes, I'm posting on a social media platform, right? And I am on social media posting, and I don't think that you should just, delete all social media and that's it, because social media can be used as a tool. It really depends on how you use it. But the consumption of social media in the way that most people use it is extremely dangerous. And I want to talk about a few reasons to why I think that is. So when it comes to social media, or before I get into this, I want to talk about my morning right now and how it set up my day. So I am a big believer that how you set up your morning is going to predicate how your entire day goes. So this morning, from when I woke up, I think it was around 5:45. I woke up in the morning. From while I was at the gym to literally now, right, I have had all notifications silenced. Everything on Do Not Disturb. I listened to music on my phone, but I literally just had my music in. That's it. Wasn't checking my phone. Because a lot of the time what people are doing is they're checking their phones during sets. They're replying to people. They're sometimes watching reels. Like literally while they're at the gym, they're checking their phones. Now, yes, I was on the treadmill. I was watching some YouTube videos. Okay, but it wasn't like scrolling mindlessly on social media, right? And I'm very active in my thinking, I make sure that I'm actively not scrolling social media, right, as much as possible. Even yesterday, right, my phone in a different room while I'm working, and that is by design. And what I've found, especially more recently, in more recent times, that just being on social media in the sense of you scrolling, it is so bad. It's very dangerous in a couple of different ways. Okay, now, first reason is because it wastes a lot of your time, right? You feel like you're not wasting time, but then if you were to check the time that you spent and actually log it day to day, or even just check your phone, how long you're on these apps, it's crazy, right? You're actually wasting so much time, and for what? You're not really getting anything out of it. Maybe you might have some scroll time before bed, or you might just be, you would probably say, to justify it, that you are just relaxing, right? There's better ways to relax, in my opinion, okay? Because this gets into my second and third reasons. Second reason is because what you are watching on the platform is not good for you, right? Majority of the time, what you're watching is going to give you a range of emotions. You watch something that's really, really funny, and that's what hooks you in. You watch something that's really funny and it makes you laugh. And then you watch something that's really heartfelt and might make you sad. It might make you feel some type of way. And then you watch something that makes you angry. And you're going through this whole range of emotions in the space of like a few minutes. And that's by design. That's the way social media is designed. It gets you to watch in a way that elicits all these emotions, right? I've seen it myself with stuff that I've watched, but I've now heavily curated what I watch, and I'll get into that in a second. But that's another reason, is that the content that you're watching is just bad for you. And the third reason is that social media by design makes you compare yourself to other people, and you are not only watching reels that are damaging to your brain, and not only your brain but also your attention span. On top of that, you are looking at people that you follow. It brings up reels of people that are successful, that are doing things that you want to do, that are living the life that you want to live, or even just doing things that you think are cool, right? Or that you think you can't do, or just in general, you are comparing each other's best parts of their lives, okay? That's important, because what you see on social media is not the 100% truth, right? And it's very damaging. In total, it's very damaging. Now, the content itself, as I said, is by design. It's designed to make you feel a range of emotions in a short amount of time, and it's designed to keep you on the platform. But why is that damaging, right? Because you're probably thinking, well, you know, am I not allowed to just scroll and have fun? Yeah, of course you're allowed to have fun, but, you know, and there are better ways to relax, as I said. But the biggest thing here is that what you're watching is not helping you. Now, how do we fix this? Because like I said, you don't just have to delete social media. There's a couple of ways that I would go about curating the content, right? Before I get into just the whole notification thing. There's a couple of ways that I would suggest you to curate your content. And that is to, first off, anything that you feel is eliciting an emotion that is bad for you. Whether you're watching things that make you feel angry, or watching things that make you feel sad, or you just watch things that are absolute slop and you feel like it's not good for you. Every time, I've been so strict with this now, every time this comes up, I just click on the post and click not interested. And I've done that so many times now that majority of my feed is curated towards content that I genuinely enjoy. So it could be stuff about gaming that I enjoy, it could be nostalgia stuff, it could be really anything. These lovely cars let me through. So anything that I don't like, that I feel that is bad for me, stuff like really, really stupid things that you might not feel that are harmful. Okay, let me order this. Hey, can I just grab a piccolo latte, please, and also a sausage and egg McMuffin as well, please. No, that's it. Thanks. Thank you.
So just get the next one there.
No worries, thanks. It's been so wet in Queensland.
Sausage and egg.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Thanks, you too. All right. I'm hoping that this coffee is okay. It's hot as well, so that's a good sign. Last time when we were on our drive, it was not hot at all, the coffee, so this is a good sign. I think they've done well. All right, let's have a taste test. We got some time, so we'll see how we go. Oh, better. We got the breakfast crew on, that's why. I came earlier. You just gotta get the breakfast crew. Anyway, as I was saying, this coffee's good actually. I'm gonna have my egg McMuffin later, but anyway, as I was saying, so you probably feel like what you're watching isn't harmful at all. And I used to think the same way for a long time. And it could be something really like seemingly harmless. Like it could be someone helping a dog or a cute puppy or something like that. Or there's a couple where the partner's done something nice for the other partner, and then you're feeling really happy. It's like, oh, that's really, really cool. That's nice of them. And then you look at the comments and then someone's flaming them, or all the comments are talking negatively towards the couple or saying, I wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't have done this. And it's like continuous judgment. And then you look at the comments and then you get mad, or you think like, oh, this person's dumb. Or maybe you start agreeing with them and you think, oh, actually, that's not right. Right. And then what you don't think's happen, like what you don't realize is happening is that you are just going through all these ranges of emotions, but you are taking in all of this complete slop from all of these people online, these people that genuinely, a lot of them have nothing better to do than just hate online. Or even if like they're good comments, you are constantly going through this range of emotions and you're not even thinking for yourself. I've noticed, and even though I'm like actively thinking about it, I don't realize that it's happening sometimes. It's like I watch something, right, that I feel like is good, and you go to the comments and it's bad, and then you start to sway your agreement, like your agreement sways, and then you start swaying in the other direction. You think, oh, maybe it's not good. And then I catch myself now thinking, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I'm watching content that before I would have just felt like, oh, this is a pretty cool video, or this is a cute reel or whatever, and then be done with it and that's it. But no, now there's another added element, which is the comments, which is the social aspect, which is meant to connect, right? It's just bullshit, because you're taking in all of this unneeded information, all of these unneeded biases and opinions of people online, which is in amongst all of this slop. And the end result is you just being completely consumed, encapsulated by this content that's not needed. And on top of that, majority of the time, you're doing this all before breakfast, right? It's crazy. It's insane. Social media is, the actual platforms themselves are great, right? And as I said, what I've done now is I've heavily curated my content. So I see a lot of stuff that I really enjoy, that genuinely most of the time makes me feel happy. And what I've tended to do now is, even if it's stuff that makes me feel good, like it's a lot of like gaming stuff, nostalgic stuff, a little bit of business stuff that I genuinely like to see, that doesn't elicit a lot of these emotions, a lot of these range of emotions. But also on top of that, I don't really check comments, because in reality, what's it doing for you? Nothing. It's not doing anything. And I'm not sure if you're someone who comments on many reels. I personally don't. But if you're someone that does, why? Or if you know someone that does, why? I don't personally know many people that comment that much on reels, but I would say that they are a certain kind of person if they've got that much time on their hands and they're actively spitting out hate and even just like positive comments. But anyway, I heavily curate my content that I see on social media by design. And I found that it's actually like, you can blame the platform, but in reality, you can actually control a lot of this stuff. And if you don't like something, you can actually get rid of it. You can either block it, or you can say not interested in it. And you can actually curate your platform. And you've probably heard the saying before, like, oh, I've built this algorithm brick by brick. You can do that, right? So what I'm saying is, social media is only damaging if you make it damaging, right? It's like anything in life. If you were to go out and look for the negatives and look for the bad things about where you live, about your situation, about other people, you're going to find it. But if you look for the good things, on the flip side of that, if you look for good things, you will find them. And it's the same with social media, right? In social media, I tend to only try and look for good things. I tend to try and look for things that are helpful to me. And if I don't see them, I either get rid of them or I just get off the platform entirely, right? So that's what you need to do. So first thing is to curate your content as the fix for this. The second thing is, I tend to create on these platforms more than I consume. Now, YouTube, I watch a lot less now, but I still watch quite a bit of YouTube, and it's content that I enjoy. It's not all this slop around, like, I don't watch things about news. I don't watch things, I tend to not watch content that I think is useless, in a sense, where, it's just sort of podcast style, people reviewing content. Like, I know there's a lot of content out there and I get it, people watch it to relax or listen to it, for them to relax, but I don't really watch a lot of review content. I like watching, different documentaries, really niche topics, I guess, around gaming, speedrunning. I've been watching recently, like around like OG retro game speedruns and stuff like that. But I try and tend to stay away from stuff that makes me feel a certain way, like news topics around people reacting to reels, or people reacting to reels and they react to the people in those reels, and then, oh, it's not good to do this, and it's like a social construct. Like, review kind of situation. I don't know, it's weird. It's, you get what I mean. It's like you're watching people react to reels, and then they are talking about the person in the reels and how they should act. And it's like, I hate that shit. Anyway, I tend to create more than what I consume, and I found that that's really helped me as well. So on Instagram in particular, I create more than what I consume. At least I try to a lot of the time. YouTube, I try to create as well. And what that does is that allows me to have more control over the platform. So not only with what I watch, but also what I create on the platform. And I'm curating my entire ecosystem of what I see online. And I feel like that's really important, because if you were to just use social media as just social media, and you're not really thinking about what you're watching, that is when it consumes you. That is when it really starts to affect your brain. And I found this to affect people in ways that they don't even realize it's affecting them, right? It's in ways that it's like, it shortens their attention span. It makes them more angry. I know people that they will start talking about social issues based off of what they hear on social media, or they will start talking about things that previously they didn't even care about. And it's because of social media that they've started talking about it. They've seen a reel from someone and they're like, oh, have you heard of this? I said, no, I haven't heard of this. What's this meant to be? And they'll give me some false statement around a topic, which, you know, later on I will actually just look at the facts for. Instead of social media, I'll go and actually do my research, and then I'll realize that's not right. Like, it's just because of social media. So I've seen it affecting a lot of people, and it's not only affecting their critical thinking, it's affecting their emotions, it's affecting the way that they think, it's affecting the way that they handle emotions, and it's just not right. You didn't think I wouldn't give you a reveal? Huh? A reveal of the muffin? Damn. Alright, hang on. Alright, going in. It's good. It's good. After you don't have it for a while, it's good. Anyway, to round off this video, what I would suggest you to do, hang on, let me open this up because it's like echoey. Hopefully it's not too loud. You hear that? I don't know if you can hear maybe if yeah, that lighting's better. Anyway, as this plane flies over, two things to end off here. Okay, how do you actually fix this and make sure you can use social media without it killing your brain? First thing is to make sure that you just heavily curate the content that you see on there. Make sure to just hit that button there that says not interested, right? Or just block it, delete it, whatever. Anything that makes you feel a huge range of emotions, get rid of it, okay? You want stuff that genuinely just makes you feel good in general, right? Not happy and then sad and then angry and all in the space of, you know, a minute, and then content that, there's people banging away here, content that what makes you want to check the comments and then you get more mad at the comments, just get rid of that. Second thing is that you want to create more than what you consume, okay? If you follow those two real, I guess you could say, guidelines of social media, you will be much better off. You'll be able to use the platforms to your advantage, and you won't feel like shit all the time, right? And you'll actually feel like you have your critical thinking coming back, your attention span will start coming back, and you'll feel better overall. Anyway, I hope that helped. I'm gonna go smash the rest of this McMuffin that I've got. I'm starving. But stay safe. I'll see you in the next one.